On to race number 9, closing off the exotics and closing off our meeting at Hollywood Bets Gravel on the poly track. Take note that you have to update yourselves if you're watching the show with the car changes, scratchings, declarations, etc. This show was recorded early on Sunday morning. We did do a show, as I mentioned, for Hollywood Bets Scottsville, but now that's changed. So an early recording for you on Sunday morning. Race number 9. Well, all the rage in the 9th race was She's a Keeper. And at the time of doing the show, unfortunately, that is no more for the followers of She's a Keeper. Does it make it a difficult race now? Yes, it does, because both Warren Linfern and myself did make this horse a good thing and a banker on the card, and I'm sure many punters and viewers saw it the same way. There was confidence in the betting market. There was confidence from Garrett Van Zyl when we spoke to him. He suggested this was his best runner on the day, but that's no more. Okay, what do we do now? Well, we look at number 7, Arctic Princess, as possibly the right horse in the race on her current form. Well, she's really in superb form and gets on well with Stuart Randolph. She's already a 3-time winner, and her last 2 runs have been on the poly track. So that's certainly in her favor. In fact, her last 3 runs on the poly track, she's had back-to-back wins and a close-up second, and that being over 1,200 meters. And if you watch the way this filly races, well, no doubt the 7 furlongs is going to suit her much better, because she always runs on and runs on strongly. From her last start behind Umsunduzi, I can tell you that Basset Sane for Mike Miller has since come out to win to enhance that form line. So she could be the right horse in the race now, number 7, Arctic Princess. Now, a runner that was reserved is number 16, Sands Dancer, comes into the race for Wendy Whitehead, and 52.5 on her back here, Sands Dancer. And I think that she is definitely one to consider in all bets. Place accumulator, pick 6, quartet in the lucky last. She's been 5 lengths behind Noble Princess and Wishful Girdle in the last 2 runs over a mile. I think now that she drops to this 1,400 meter trip with a very low weight, Sands Dancer could be a horse to include in all bets here. She'll be at a big price, number 16, Sands Dancer, but the type of horse that I will be including in all bets here in race number 9. That will be my second choice at a big price. And then move along to horse number 2, Class of 8. She'll have the run of the race from a good draw, enjoys racing up handy, and if her mind's on the job, I think the type of horse that could be certainly staying on at the business end of the race. She's got a good distance record as well, and last time out I think they just stretched over 1,900 meters. She doesn't stay, this 5-year-old mare. And then Brunilda, Gart Puller's runner. Yeah, have a look at the rating of Brunilda, horse number 3, from a 76 all the way down to a 65. So she's come down nicely, 5.5 kgs in the merit rating, number 3, Brunilda. So that's the short list here. A nice roughie there in Sands Dancer, I think, horse number 16. But 7, Arctic Princess, I think with the scratching of horse number 10, She's a Keeper. Many will be looking towards this filly from the Gary Rich stable, will be partnered by Stuart Randolph as a place accumulator banker. And maybe you can go even further, because I only made that the danger when She's a Keeper was in the race. So if you eliminate She's a Keeper, this could be the banker as well, number 7, Arctic Princess. But if she fluffs the lines, then you could get a result here in race number 9, closing off the exotics. Okay, and that is a wrap of our Gold Circle TV preview show for Sunday, the 28th of February, the last day of the month, before we move along to March, where we race tomorrow at Hollywood Bets Gravel again. But it is a meeting change. And again, for the last time, we remind you, please keep an eye on declarations and scratchings for this afternoon's race meeting. But until we meet again, you take care. From myself, Dees Daranan, Salani Kashle.